Hello, I'm Shannon Costello, an archivist at the Briscoe Center for American History. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to search resources on our website. So to start, I'm not going to talk about searching our book collection. The library materials are in UTCAT, the UT Library Catalog. So I'm not going to cover that today, but I am going to talk about how to get access to our archival resources and some other resources that we have. So to start, go to the Research tab and find a collection. If you're already familiar with Texas Archival Resources online, this search box is actually searching our resources on Tarot. So if you've already searched that, you won't want to do both of them. So let's search for civil rights. And here are our finding aids on Tarot that have those subject terms. If you want to see the finding aid, you just click the link. And again, this is Texas Archival Resources Online. And this is what you'd use to identify and request what archival materials you want to read. This is not a link to the actual materials themselves. Again, you'll need to request that. So if you don't know exactly what you're looking for, we have several other options for searching and browsing our collections. And for this, I'm going to show you here online reference tools. These links, a lot of them are on other places on our website as well, but this is one place where they're all combined. So this Archives and Manuscripts, this is by subject. And we also have one that's by, that's an alphabetical list. Here's an alphabetical list, and then we have some guides here. Let's head back. I'm not going to go through every one of these links. A lot of them are pretty particular to certain searches. Let's take a look at the newspapers. The Briscoe Center does have an extensive collection of newspapers, historical newspapers, many of which are in Texas, and they are organized geographically. We have different, you can see it's international, United States newspapers, and then Texas newspapers, which is our most common, our most popular one. This is organized alphabetically by city. So if you're looking for Abilene newspapers, there's a list of each of the newspapers that we have for that city. I'll also point out that the way that you request the hard copies of the newspapers will be different depending on the format that it's in. And this guide down here at the bottom of each page will show you how to read which format the particular newspaper you're looking for is in. Let's go back. Again, this is newspapers, and we do have links to Portal to Texas History, which I've also discussed in a different video, and Chronicling America. These are outside resources that you can use. The portal does have some of the Briscoe Center's newspapers in it. And now let's look at subject guides. So if you know that you're looking for information on a particular subject, you can use this. These are on most popular subjects and places where our researchers have identified a need. Let's take a look at this Texas War and Peace. So we have books listed out here, and we also have newspapers, and finally our archival manuscript collections. So that will help you find resources on that topic. We do have a number of these subject guides. Texas directories are also helpful. These are directories or phone books from different cities, and you can search them by city and by date. And finally, let's look at the last resource. This is our vertical files index. Vertical files are not archival resource collections. They were actually created by the Briscoe Center on certain topics. We still build them today. And these are mostly UT and Texas topics. So let's look at demonstrations. So this is a title of a vertical file that you can request before the COVID-19 outbreak, you would have requested this in our reading room. Now you'll have to get access to copies. And let's also look at the photographs database. This index, maybe the visual materials index, may be a little bit confusing because it does compile resources from different areas, just like our subject files do. It includes our prints and photographs collection, as well as archival resources that are mostly photographs. So there are photographs in a lot of our archival resources, but only if the collection is primarily photographs would it be included in here. So that would typically be the records of a photographer. Let's look for civil rights again. And so here you can see these are collections, archival collections, and these again are links to Texas Archival Resources online finding aids. All right, let's go back to online reference tools. The other resource I'd like to show you is digital collections. There it is. Digital collections. So you can search here for, these are photographic images. A tiny fraction of our collections have been digitized. But if you do need something immediately online, then this is where you'd go to get it. So let's look for the College of Engineering. This database is slow and it's old. We are in the process of moving all of our digital resources into a new online repository, which will be much quicker and will have more search options. This is just a keyword search. And to save time, I'm not going to search for it, but it will give you links to images from our collections, both photographs and documents. Rich Media is another search engine. This is moving images and sound recordings. You can browse these by topics here. And you can also run a search, and we have filters by topic as well. And these are resources that you can play online. And the final search box I want to show you from our homepage is this one. It's the first one you're going to see, and it's the last one that I'm talking about because it's not strictly searching our resources, it's also searching our web page. So you'll see this time, if you do search for civil rights, most of the results you're going to get, these are actually news items from our website. Maybe that's what you're looking for and you might want to use that search. This does also search our finding aids, but as you can see here, they're going to be a little bit buried in there. So if you're actually looking for archival resources, this isn't the first search box you should use. Thanks for taking the time to look at this. And if you are interested in other ways to search for archival materials, then please see our additional instructional videos.